Dear students, welcome to the English second paper class brought to you by Amar Ghore Amar School. You know that the whole world has been infected with the deadly virus corona or COVID-19, and in this situation the government has taken decision to shut down all the institutions. However, Amar Ghore Amar School has taken an initiative to bring your classroom to your home through Sangsad Bangladesh Television. So let's start today's class. The topic that we are going to learn today is comparison of adjectives. You may find this topic in your book at Unit 5. Now what can you see in these pictures? Here we can see that different pictures are given and different things are happening. So some adjectives have been used here. For example, in the first one we can see that there are three little girls and one is happy, other one is happier, and the third one is the happiest. There are some mushrooms. First one is good, second one is better, third one is best. So I think you have already guessed there's something in common happening here. So in all these cases, they have been compared using adjectives. Now this is a picture that has been taken from a cricket match as you can see. So we have used the sentence, he was better than any other fielder in that match. Here, better than, here we have again used comparison. Now in this picture we can see Mashrafi. As we all know, he is the popular captain of Bangladesh. Mashrafi Mortaja is one of the most successful captains of Bangladesh. So here Mashrafi bin Mortaja have been compared with all the captains and he has been given one of the most successful position. So dear students, can you assume what we are going to learn today? Yes, your guess is right. We are going to learn comparison of adjectives today. So what will be the learning outcomes of today's class? After today's class, you will be able to understand the use of positive, comparative and superlative degree. Now before moving on to comparison of adjective, let's have a look of what adjective is. An adjective describes or modifies noun and pronoun in a sentence. It normally indicates quality, size, shape, duration, feelings, contents, and more about a noun or a pronoun. Adjectives usually provide relevant information about the nouns or pronouns, and they modify or describe by answering the questions what kind, how much, which one, and how many. Now here we have used some adjectives in the following sentences. Mahin is a tall boy. Shafin is taller than Mahin. Ryan is the tallest of the three. Mahin bought a big basket. Shafin bought a basket bigger than that of Mahin. Ryan bought the biggest basket of the shop. So the underlined adjectives that we are seeing here, they are all being compared with one another using different degrees. So there are three forms of comparison. They are the positive, the comparative, and the superlative. As you can see in the example, tall is the positive degree of comparison, whereas taller is the comparative degree, and the tallest is the superlative degree of comparison. We can use another example here, big, bigger, and biggest. So what we can see that in case of positive, comparative, and superlative, all the degrees that have been used, they are somehow different from each other. Here we can see another picture. Now in the first one, there is a boy, and the next to it has been written positive degree. In the second picture, there is the picture of two boys and one of them have been circled. And here we have written smarter, which means this is the comparative degree because the boy have been compared between two people. On the other hand, in the third picture, we can see that there are three boys and 1 has been circled, and the adjective that have been used here is smartest. So he is the smartest of the 3. That means this person have been compared with others, and for this reason he has been described as the smartest of the 3. So this is an example of superlative degree. Now let's have a closer look at positive degree. The positive degree of an adjective is in its base form. The positive degree is used when no comparison is made. So if I'm not comparing anyone to any person and I'm just describing a quality of him, then we are going to use the positive degree. For example, there is a person, as you can see here, and that person is tall. So one noun, person, thing or place, and one quality, that will be positive degree. So we have written John is a man and he is tall. The adjective tall that has been used here, so it is describing just John's quality, not being compared with others. For this reason, tall is the positive degree here. Now the second example, Eiffel Tower is a tall man-made structure. Now Eiffel Tower has not been compared to other structures in this case. For that reason, we have used the positive degree of tall. One quality with one noun, tall adjective is in positive form here. Then what is comparative degree? As we know, the word comparative is coming from comparison. That means there has been something that will be compared with other. The comparative form is used when a comparison is made between two persons or things. Now the word two is very important here. Whenever you are comparing two person, then we are going to use comparative. It will happen only if the case or the number is 2. For example, she is taller than her sister. So there is a picture where two sisters are standing one next to other, and as you can see that the first person that is standing here, the one she is wearing a red t-shirt, she is taller than her sister. For that reason, since the comparison is made between two persons only, we have used comparative degree here, taller. Then what is superlative degree? The superlative degree is used to show the highest degree of quality when more than two things or two sets of things are compared. So if the comparison is made in more than two persons, it can be 3, it can be 4, it can be among many. In these cases, we are going to use superlative degree. For example, in the picture, we can see that there are 3 cats. The first one, the black one, it has been labeled as fat. The second one is fatter, and the golden cat is labeled as the fattest. So fattest, here this cat, it has been compared with the other 2, and among 3 of them, he is the fattest. For that reason, we have used the superlative degree fattest here. In the second example, thin, thinner, thinnest, we can see a similar kind of situation. There are 3 pencils here, and the third one, it has been compared with more than 2. For that reason, we have used thinnest here. Now how we can form comparative and superlative degree? There is a rule for that. Let's look at them. Now this is the first rule. Most positive adjectives of one syllable take ER and EST to form comparative and superlative degrees respectively. So this is the general rule. If the word is one syllable, that means you can pronounce it at a time, and in that case what you are going to do, you are going to use ER in case of comparative and EST in case of superlative. For example, clever, cleverer, cleverest. So in the positive degree, we can see that the word clever, it can be pronounced at a time. Clever, it's one syllable word. And for that reason, we have used ER to form the comparative degree and EST to form the superlative degree. There are some other examples as well where you can see the similar kind of formation. Great, greater, greatest, kind, kinder, kindest, small, smaller, smallest, sweet, sweeter, sweetest, tall, taller, tallest, young, younger, youngest. In all these cases, what we have done, the positive degree, the adjective is a one-syllable word, and for that reason, in case of comparative degree, we have used ER. On the other hand, in case of superlative degree, we have used EST at the end. Now let's have a look at the second rule. Adjectives ending in E add R and ST to form comparative and superlative degrees respectively. So if the adjective is ending with E, then what we are going to do? It already has E at the end. For that reason, in this case, we are going to use R only in comparative and ST in superlative because the E has already been there. For example, able, abler, ablest. Brave, braver, bravest. Look at the word brave here. B-R-A-V-E. So it is ending with E. It already has E as in built-in. For that reason, in positive, we have E at the end. In comparative, we have R. And in superlative, we have ST. So remember the rule once again, I'm repeating. If the adjective is ending with E, then we are going to use R in comparative and ST in superlative. There are some other examples that has been given here, as in fine, finer, finest, large, larger, largest, noble, nobler, noblest, white, whiter, whitest, and wise, wiser, wisest. Now let's have a look at the third rule. All adjectives of two syllables ending in LE, Y, ER, and OW generally take ER and EST to form their comparative and superlative forms respectively. So if the adjective is a two-syllable word, that means you are going to pronounce it not once but twice. There will be two segments, and in this case, if the word ends with AY, LE, ER, or OW, then what you are going to do? You are going to use ER in comparative and EST in superlative. For example, simple, simpler, simplest, happy, happier, happiest. Now the word simple, it has ended with LE and it's a two-syllable word, simple. So the first syllable is sim and the second one is po. What we have done here, we have used ER, and in superlative we have used EST. Now the second one, happy, it has ended with Y. So what we have done, we have deleted the Y and we have added IER and IEST at the end. Now the third one, narrow, it is ending with OW. So it's very simple, we have used ER and EST. And the last one, tender, it has ended with ER. Again we have used ER and EST at the end to form comparative and superlative. The next rule is, some positive adjectives take comparative and superlative forms without following the regular norms. So the rules I have shown you previously, they were the general rules, but of course there can be some exceptions, as in these cases: bad, worse, worst, good, better, best, much, more, most. So in some cases, the following adjectives, the positive adjectives, they are not going to follow any regular rule, and in these cases they can be changed taking some other form. For example, good, better, best, they look completely different from each other. We haven't used ER or EST at the end here. Now this is another rule. Adjectives of more than 2 syllables and many of those with 2 form their comparative and superlative degrees by putting more and most before the positive respectively. So in some cases, if the adjective is 2 syllable or it is more than 2 syllable, what we can do, we can use more and most to make comparative and superlative degree. For example, beautiful, more beautiful, most beautiful. So beautiful, there are 3 syllables in here. It's a trisyllable word. For that reason, we have used more in comparative and most in superlative. Let's look at the other examples. Difficult, difficult, more difficult, most difficult. Diligent, more diligent, most diligent. Industrious, more industrious, most industrious. Courageous, more courageous, most courageous. Obscure, more obscure, most obscure. So if the syllable is more than 2 or more than 3, then what you are going to do, you are going to use more in comparative and most in superlative. So what we have learned in today's class? We have learned that the positive degree of an adjective in its base form, the positive degree is used when no comparison is made. The comparative form is used when a comparison is made between 2 persons or things, and the superlative degree is used to show the highest degree of quality when more than 2 things or 2 sets of things are compared. Now it's time for a homework. This homework can be found in your book at page number 57. What you have to do, you have to fill in the blanks with the appropriate adjective. I'm going to read out the passage for you now. You can find it in your book. Siraji Munira is a dash girl. Bandhun is her cousin. Both of them read in the same school. Bandhun is dash than Munira. Bandhun has a very dash brother named Tanbin. He is so cute. To Munira's aunt, he is a dash baby in the world. Munira loves Tanbin so much. She is Tanbin's dash sister. She plays with him. She is dash than Tanbin. Bandhun is dash about Tanbin, so is Munira about him. When Tanbin cries, Bandhun calls his mother and Munira gives him dash toys. Tanbin loves toys. Tanbin's father presents him with dash toys too. So I'm repeating once again what you have to do. You have to use the correct form of adjective in these blanks. Dear students, do the HW and submit it to your respective teacher when the school reopens. The evaluation given by your teacher will be added to your continuous assessment. So this is the end of today's class. I hope you have enjoyed your lesson. If you want to watch this class again, go to our YouTube channel Amar Ghore Amar School, or you can find it in our Facebook page Amar Ghore Amar School.